Hey, what's up, guys? David Book here with you, and today I want to talk about why one of your most basic human needs is causing you to fail in network marketing. First, before I get there, I want to tell you a little story, and I want to read you a quote from Dr. Seuss and the Star-Bellied Sneetches, all right? So I'm going to read this to you. Just think about it a little bit. I don't know if you guys have read the Star-Bellied Sneetches before. It's been a long time since I read it. uh, so if you haven't, make sure you check it out and then listen to this from Dr. Seuss, okay? It says, "Now the star-bellied Sneetches had bellies with stars. The plain-belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big, they really were so small. You might think such a thing wouldn't matter at all." And then quickly Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine. And he said, "You want stars like a star-bellied Sneetch? My friends, you can have them all for just $3 each." If you've read that book and you remember the story of the Sneetches, you remember that there were some Sneetches that had big blue stars on their bellies, and there were some Sneetches that didn't have any stars at all. And you remember that Sylvester McMonkey McBean created a very peculiar machine, and he was putting the stars on the Sneetches of the bellies that didn't have the stars, right? And he was charging them money for it. And it went through the book and talked about why the Sneetches did what they did. It gave you the story about the most basic human need, which is to fit in, to belong. Okay, there's the Sneetches that didn't have the stars in their bellies. They were willing to pay McMonkey McBean $3 each to put a star like the other Sneetch, right? It's pretty crazy, and it really is a good example of how in society we really do want to fit in. It's one of our most basic human needs. And so now you might be asking yourself the question, okay, I get it, Dave. We all want to fit in. That's definitely one of our most basic human needs, but how does that play into network marketing? And why is that causing me to fail in my network marketing, right? Well, belonging, wanting to belong is it's not a rational thought. Okay, it's an emotional uprising, right? It's a thing that you feel. You just feel like you belong when you're around people that you're comfortable with, and you feel like you don't belong when you're around people that you're not comfortable with or that you're not like. Maybe it's a feeling. Really, I think deep down at the core, it's a feeling that we have when we share values and beliefs with people, right? When other people share the same values and beliefs that we do, then it's very easy to feel like we belong with them, right? So when we feel like we belong, we really feel connected. We feel safe and we feel secure. And our desire to belong is actually really, really powerful. It will cause us to do really, really great things. And it will also cause us to sabotage ourselves. And this is where I believe that a lot of network marketers start failing in their businesses. And I believe it's because they try to stick with a company that they don't fit in with. They try to stay with a company that they don't belong with. And that maybe they just don't resonate with the people in that company, right? I was in a network marketing company where you always had to put on a suit and tie. You know, you had to be very clean cut. You had to be very professional. All the events that I went to, it was like buttoned up to the chin. You know, it just felt very high strung, very tight. I went to this one event in San Jose where there was, like probably 20,000, 30,000 people in this arena, and a lot of them really weren't very nice. Like a lot of the top earners, a lot of the big guys, like they just didn't want to have anything to do with you. They really didn't want to talk to you, and you could feel it. I mean, you could feel it in the energy, and I just felt like I didn't belong. But I didn't change my path when I felt that because it didn't dawn on me what was going on there. But later on down the road, I did find an amazing community where I do belong, where I do fit in, and I've had ridiculous success with that particular group of people because I fit in there. And so I'm willing to do what it takes because I know that people just like me have been able to achieve the same things that I'm striving for, right? So our desire to belong is so powerful that it will cause us to do great things or it will cause us to fail. And I believe that a lot of people are failing in network marketing because they're allowing themselves to continue in an environment where they don't belong, right? Okay, we're going to go to great lengths to do things to be around people that we belong with. We're going to go, maybe the ultimate idea is that we want to be able to make enough money with network marketing where we can travel, where we can go all over the world, where we can do the things that we want to do. So that's our motivation to get through the company that where we feel like we don't belong. But I'm telling you guys, it's so much easier, so much less stress, and it feels so much better when you really find a community that you can resonate with. Okay, our desire is so powerful that sometimes it makes us do irrational things like stay with a company where we just don't fit in, right? To stick around with a sponsor that just really isn't helping us, to be able to move along without the worry that we're not going to be um, looked upon as a good businessman or a good marketer, right? So, just like the Sneetches, okay, like the star-bellied Sneetches, we want to be around people and organizations who are like us and share our beliefs. Okay? And when a network marketing company, or any company for that matter, even your own marketing, your own blog, your own business, your own videos, when you can communicate clearly, okay, why you do what you do and what you believe, then you're going to attract the people to you who believe in who share your values and your beliefs, right? So if you take the community, the company that you don't belong with, that you're not fitting in with, and you put it aside, and you connect and you resonate with people who are like you, who are crazy and goofy and intelligent and driven and ambitious, instead of the people who are uptight, hoity-toity, and really just looking to make a quick buck. If you can go to great lengths to connect and resonate with those kind of people and put your products and services in front of them to show them why they need to integrate your business, your products, your services into their lifestyle, they are going to be loyal to you all the way until the end, all right? And when you figure out um, that you are creating a community that other people can belong to, you are going to have such an awesome feeling of fulfillment that you've been able to build something that's real, something that has value, something that has true belief and faith behind it. And it's so awesome to feel that, right? We feel like we belong when we get in a community that's like-minded, and we really start to build awesome relationships, and we have kinship with those other people, and we really do amazing things. And something that I've been able to experience, as being a part of the amazing community here that we call the eight figure mastermind. Right, I'm grouped with over 500 successful entrepreneurs who have ambition to do big things in their lives, and I definitely have the feeling that I fit in. I definitely have the feeling that I belong, and I know that you guys can have that feeling too. Maybe it's in my community, maybe it's not. Maybe it's in a different kind of community. I don't know exactly who you are and what you're like, but if you're like me and you've been watching my videos and you kind of dig what's going on here, then you should definitely get with me. Leave a comment down below the video. Let's get connected, and we can talk about the community and how you can be involved and how we can help you um, fit in and belong so that you can prosper in your network marketing business, right? So if you guys have been tuning in, I did a video on my blog I guess about a week ago, about the golden circle, all right? And how that plays into your business, to your marketing. We talk about, the reason why you do what you do, how you do what you do, and what you actually do. Well, today it's a little bit more in depth on that, because I want to talk about how that correlates to your brain, right? And the reason that this is important, because in the very center of your brain, if you took a horizontal cross section of your brain and you look down, you know, top down at your brain, you're going to see three rings. Okay, you're going to have what's in the very center is called the limbic brain. Okay, that's where your emotions come from. That's a part of your brain that does not have ability for language. It doesn't have a language capacity, right? So it's feelings and emotions that come from the limbic part of your brain. Um, Also, around that, you're going to have another circle, and that part of the brain is going to be called the cortex, right? I'm getting this information from Simon Sinek's book called Start With Why. This is one of the chapters that he goes into basic human needs, being able to fit in, and then how that functions inside of our brain. Um, so Simon talks about the limbic brain the most because that's where the feeling centers are. That's where we come up with our hows and our whys. That's where our trust, our loyalty, our love, and our connection to others resides. Okay, that's where the feeling to fit in, the feeling to belong, really stems from. Okay, and this part of our brain, the limbic brain, really drives behavior. It drives how we act on a daily basis, and it drives decision making. When you ever have that feeling like just like a gut feeling, like I just need to go with this, I need to do it, I made a decision based on my gut, then that is your limbic brain talking. Okay, that is just an instinct, right? That's what allows us to have the behavior that we do and to be able to make the decisions that we do. It comes from our limbic brain, right? There's no capacity for language there. We have the inability to verbalize the reasons why we act and we think because our limbic brain can't comprehend language, right? It only works off of feeling. So when you just have that feeling and you can't really describe exactly what you mean to somebody, that's because it's going to be impossible to describe with words because the feeling comes from a place in the brain that has no capacity for words. Okay, so a lot of times the limbic brain, just like the basic need of needing to fit in or to belong, can drive us to do irrational or illogical things. Right? They can send us quitting our job to travel abroad, to start a business, to go bungee jumping, to jump out of an airplane, to go skiing or skydiving, or any of these really crazy kind of knee-jerk things, these things that are irrational, that comes from our limbic brain, right? Those are like gut feelings, hunches, things that we just do because we feel that they're right. Okay, they may not necessarily be logical, but they feel right to us, and that's why we do them. So that's kind of where the basic need of fitting in and belonging come from, right? So, we a lot of times we use our feelings, at least I do, anyways, when I'm driving myself to do bigger and better things. Like when I think about my vision, when I think about my hopes and my dreams, it's it's driving me further down those avenues. Okay, the feeling and the motion that I have in my heart that I can't really explain to you through words is what drives me to keep going. Okay, some people call it guts. Some people call it having heart. Some people say doing whatever it takes. Some people say it's just trying new things. But the ability to get out there and do that stuff directly comes from that center part of the brain, which is in the very middle of the golden circle that Simon Sinek talked about, and that is why you do what you do, right? This there's a saying. I'm sure that you've heard it before. It's let's win the hearts and minds of the people. Okay? But you think about it, why don't they say let's win the minds and the hearts of the people? Well, nobody really knows for sure, but the saying goes hearts and minds, which would lead you to believe that if you can win over somebody's heart, if you can win over the feeling centers and the emotion centers of a person, then you can gain their trust and loyalty for an indefinite period of time, right? If you can get someone to make that gut decision uh, with you, to fit in with you, to belong with you, then you're going to be set in your business, in your life, whatever dreams, whatever visions you set yourself to. Okay, the idea is to emotionally connect with people. Right, that is going to make your marketing stand out from the crowd. It's going to differentiate you from all the other Joe Schmoes that are out there, and it's going to allow you to become a part of a community where you fit in, where you belong, and it's going to allow you to have the success in your network marketing business that you've been looking for. So stop trying to fit in with a group of people that you don't fit into, because the most basic need of a human being, one of them anyways, is to fit in, to belong, and it is so important to be in an environment where you feel that way because you can do so much more. You are so much more confident and you're so much more willing to go out there and do those weird, crazy things, like crazy videos like this guy. You're willing to go out there and do all kinds of stuff to get what you want in life. And that's really the most important thing. To get what you want in life, build a team where you can fit in, where you are comfortable with the environment, and where you can be a part of the greatness. So with that, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I hope you found some value from today's video. It's been kind of a crazy one. It's been kind of an inside spiritual look at things. But this book, that Simon Sinek wrote, Start With Why. I've really started to get some really cool um, ideas and thoughts from this book about how I run my marketing and how I can better myself and my business at the same time. So if you guys haven't read this book yet, go ahead and pick it up. Start With Why, Simon Sinek. It's super awesome. Yeah, I'll leave you guys with that. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll talk to you later. Adios.